Okay, so yeah, what I'm doing. This looks messy, but there's definitely a method here. So I'll kind of go over it quickly. So first with the green, um, well, I guess first is what I did. So I put the um, chord changes up in the top of the bar. So even though, yeah, so you've got your 2 5 1 1 4 to start. Then you got a 2 5 1 in minor D. You've got a B half diminished, which kind of leads into your D. Sorry, leads into your E, um, which is your another minor 2 5, and that's sort of these bars here. Again, just repeat. And then you get into a 2 5 and a 2 5 in sort of A minor, and then a 2 5 back in D. So scales, which is kind of interesting. So here I've chosen to go just straight sort of F major. Here I'm going. I like doing the harmonic minor over top of the 2 5 altered, but it seems to work. So I'm gonna stick with it. I seem to like it well enough. And then I switch, even though I've been trying to do one scale across kind of, these two bars generally. I find I'm pretty familiar. I'm familiar enough with the Dorian scale that I'm like, okay, I'll do the harmonic minor for this one, and then I'll hit the Dorian mode here. Yeah. And so I did the same thing over here, and again, it seems to work. And what's interesting about this is if it ever resolves to a minor 6 chord, I can maintain the harmonic. I mentioned in another post, I can maintain the harmonic scale throughout because I can hit the major 7, which for the D Dorian, for the D minor major chord or D minor 6 or whatever, you hit a C sharp. Yeah, and so then for these 2 5s that are just 2 5s, and they don't resolve to a 1, I can use the harmonic minor again. So I use the A harmonic minor here, and then I use the D harmonic minor here. Now, I guess the exercise I made up while I was doing rhythm changes was voice leading, but also hitting the 5, and that works out really well on a minor. In minor keys, because I get to hit the flat 5. So like over here, you get the flat 5, the B flat over the E. So the first thing I did is I went through with one color and I outlined the 5s, which are kind of, I don't know, maybe that's how I'm going to think about tonal center now, is just what the 5 is doing. Anyway. So I did that, and then I outlined my voice leading, so it's the 3rds and the 7ths. So, just for example, and I'll use the minor key down here, because the other ones are, a little bit more straightforward. But the one down here is, I've got a B flat, which is the 5 of E half diminished, and I've got an E, which is the 5 of A7 altered, right? And then the G is the 3 of E, and the G is the 7 of A7. And then up here I've got the D natural, which is the minor 7 of E, and then I've got the C sharp, which is the major 3rd of A7. So how I do this then, how it effectively plays out, is when you hear me play it, is I hit the voice-led tones before I hit the 5. So I try to hit the white notes before I hit the 5, but it kind of works like I would play D, B flat, and then before I moved into the E, I would play D, C sharp, E, right? So I play like, I play the voice lead would be. And then the simple version would be. So it really emphasizes those fives. But the way I'm trying to do it is. So you see how, like, just before I hit the C sharp on that A7, I played the D again. So I'm making sure that, you know, instead of what it looks like on here, I go D again, and then I do like a C natural to get into the C sharp before I hit the E. And that's obviously quite a few notes to hit in one bar that are sort of premeditated. But the idea is to give some sense of movement. And what I noticed, especially here, like this what I thought was quite interesting, right? Like right here, like I tend to think of 2/5s as like descending, right? What's really neat about these, about the way this is done, is that you can ascend. Isn't that neat? So that effect is like. Yeah, really, really something going through these exercises. So yeah, questions in the comments, and we'll hash it out.